Hello and welcome to episode number 207 of the Launch Lounge podcast. Today's episode is called Is Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy Right for Me? And if you're curious about our bonus, the Launch Lounge Bonus Plus Digital Course Academy, I want to invite you to go and check it out right now at thelaunchlounge.com/DCA. Hello there. I hope you are doing very well wherever you are. I am still lounging about in South Africa, visiting my family. We are on safari right now, and I am recording this today in a bush camp where there's very little internet connection. So that's creating all sorts of interesting scenarios for this work wherever you are scenario that I've got going on here. I hope you are very well. I was lucky enough today to see not one, not two, but three male cheetahs lounging about right next to the road. And in 44 years on this planet, 44 years of coming on safari in South Africa, I have never seen three cheetahs together. So I feel pretty lucky today. Today's episode is specifically created for all of those of you who are wondering whether or not Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy program is right for you. So I'm going to give you a bit of a walkthrough of what you get and why I think this is right for some people and maybe not right for others. Now I'm going to just go straight out here. If you've already purchased it, you don't have to listen. This is not for you because Digital Course Academy is a lifetime access program. So if you've already purchased Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy, then you already know what's in there, and then you will automatically get access to this very brand new version of it that she has recreated, including both the tracks she created. Now, one of those tracks is a start from scratch digital course track, and this one is really aimed at beginners. So maybe you don't have any audience at all, you have no email list, maybe you still have a full-time job and you haven't quite started your side hustle yet, or you're not sure about your niche or your course topic. Now, within this track, you'll learn how to establish that audience, begin to build an engaged email list, which is what I love, and then learn how to create and launch a simple workshop so that you can validate the interest in your concept. And I can give you a little secret. I created the ads for this. And so I created ads for how you're going to fill your workshop. And then I also created ads for how you're going to fill your webinar launch. And I'm super excited about these two tracks. Now, the second track is called your Ready to Launch Digital Course track. And this track is really perfect for you if you're an established business owner. So maybe you're an existing coach, or you're an ads manager, or you're someone who already has an existing business teaching something to people in person, and now you're looking to turn that into an online business. Or maybe you've been going live and posting and building that audience of yours for years or months, and you already have a healthy audience. You already know exactly what your niche is, and you have created some results for other people. And now you're just looking for a way to scale it so that you can get more income by going out to a broader community online. So in this track is where you're going to learn how to build and launch your premier digital course, nurture your existing audience, and grow your list of buyers. This is also where the more advanced content creation and marketing techniques are taught. And Amy has a beautiful way of making it super simple and explaining big, broad concepts in a very simple way. And this second track is really a natural continuation of the first track, meaning it builds on each other. So wherever you are in your journey, whether you're brand new, like I was when I first found Amy, and I was a sales coach fumbling about, have no clue what I'm going to sell, what I'm going to talk about. I just started going live on Facebook until eventually people said, "How are you doing this?" And I went, "Aha, that's my topic for my course, is a Facebook Live course." But if you are where I am when I just met Amy, then you buy Digital Course Academy and you start with track number 1 and then move your way through track number 2. Amy chose to design 2 different tracks in order to accommodate students coming in at different list building and audience engagement levels. And this model really allows people to decide what their best road to success in your course launch is going to be, without taking on too much. So you don't have to bite off everything. You get to go a little bit smaller and a little bit slower at the beginning, which makes it really, really great for those of you who are just at those first steps in your journey. So we have students who come in with absolutely no email list, who are looking to build their audience and grow their lists from the ground up inside DCA. And those students are usually list builders or people with some kind of a following online, and they're curious about selling courses. And then there are also students who are very established, has a growing email list, and looking to add a digital course to their existing business. So whether you're number 1 or number 2, Digital Course Academy is right for you. And there is no right or wrong place to start or a better track to start with. One is not necessarily better or bigger or brighter. I suggest, even if you are experienced, that you go back and work through track 1, because I promise you, if you're anything like me, you're going to want to skip ahead and you're going to want to go straight to the fancy stuff, and you might end up feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Or if you're like me, you won't feel overwhelmed. You will start this giant project management thing and plan everything out. But as soon as you're done planning everything out, you're going to be exhausted. And then you won't have any energy left to actually implement what you planned. Everyone in DCA is going to go through the second track at some point. So if you start with the first track, the start from scratch digital course track, once you're done, you move into the second track. And everything in the second track will then be easier, and you'll already have your established email list. You will have had a simple launch that isn't quite as big as a giant live launch. So you're just going to go through the first track in order to set up the foundation you need to complete the second track. So I really love this idea, because I hear from a lot of students that they find the whole process quite overwhelming. And I'm really glad that Amy decided this year to break it down into 2 tracks. Now, I want to keep talking a little bit about a couple of things that's in track 2, because everyone's eventually going to go through track 2. And I had a sneak peek of this, and my absolute favorite, of course, the module I jumped right into, is the marketing and tech support track in track 2. And I'll tell you what's in that track, or in that module. Inside the marketing and tech support module, or the marketing module, where you can also find tech support, you'll find the lesson on crafting your irresistible launch offer. And if you've been hanging out with me for a while, you know that I always say you only need 2 things to create a profitable launch. You need a audience who's ready to buy, and you need an irresistible offer. If you have an audience and an offer, you can make money. And so that's why I love how Amy's gone track number 1. I'm going to help them get their audience established, and I'm going to teach them how to make an offer. It's super simple. And then track number 2 starts out with crafting your irresistible launch offer. The next lesson, setting your launch revenue goal. And this is an important one. If you know my story, you know that my first online course launch, I ran $400 worth of ads because I didn't have a big audience. and I made $2,000. And I thought that was terrible. And I quit and I went back to my day job, and I was so depressed because I thought I cannot do all this work again for $2,000 because I can't feed my family on $2,000. But what I forgot was I didn't have to do the work again. It was already created. I just had to rinse and repeat. And I didn't realize that using $400 for ads and turning it into $2,000, that's a return on investment of 4. That means for every dollar I put into ads, I made $4. So I should have just put in all my dollars back. I should have put that $2,000 straight back into ads, and I would have ended up with $8,000. So lesson learned. And I think if I had access to the lesson called Setting Your Launch Revenue Goal, I would not have made that mistake, and I could have saved myself a whole year of going back to full-time work. The next lesson is called the Digital Course Sales Page Blueprint. And this one I love. I love this one so much that I've included in our bonus a sales page fill in the blanks template with AI prompts for you to use so that you can quickly and easily get your sales page up. So if you've ever felt stuck on creating your sales page, then Digital Course Academy and the Launch Lounge DCA bonus is going to be perfect for you. The next lesson is called the behind the scenes tour of a high converting sales page. And again, you're going to learn all the techie stuff that goes into building a page, all the different sections of a page, and the psychology that goes into speaking conversion language, writing conversion copy, and then putting it all together on a sales page. So your sales page will genuinely not be any issue for you to put together. Once you have that puppy up, which you will with all of this help, then you just need an audience and you need to find a way to send them there. And then in module 5, she's going to show you how to grow as you go. And she's going to show you how to create a quiz lead magnet, which you all know quizzes are all the rage right now. And they're working like bananas if you know how to create the right quiz. So you've got audience building sorted with your quiz. You've got the sales page sorted. You know how to make an irresistible offer. And then one of my favorite things about this year's release of the course is she's got some resources in there for you to get started. So there's a social media bonus resource, which shows you how to get started on Instagram, Facebook, X, which used to be Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. That is amazing value. Because if you think about how much you'd have to pay to buy a course that's going to teach you how to get started on each of those platforms, you've already spent bazillions of dollars right there. But that's not where they stop. They also give you a tech guide on how to design your website and how to design your sales page. And then there's web templates and slide deck templates for your launch slides. Next up, one of my favorite pieces of the course is your profitable webinar framework. So Amy teaches you step by step how you're going to build your webinar framework. Now, listen, you don't need to use a webinar. So if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but DCI is not right for me because I don't want to launch with a webinar. I'd rather launch with a challenge or with a boot camp or with a workshop. Hey, do you know what? The structure is the same. So if you learn from Amy how to develop your webinar and you use that same structure for a challenge or a boot camp or a video series or anything else, you're going to get the same result. So listen, you don't need a webinar. You do need the framework. So don't get hung up on the word webinar. I want you to go into this and learn the framework of the webinar with the focus on framework, not webinar. All right. So whether you want to launch with a webinar or a challenge or a workshop or a boot camp or a video series, you can do that with Amy's webinar framework. And here's another piece of this course that makes this just the best value ever. There's a whole module on crafting your email sequences. Now, if you've ever sat down behind your computer and felt you have that blank page feeling, like you just don't even know where to start, and you know you've got to write a bazillion emails for this launch, how are you even going to get started? She's got 7 lessons in there to help you create emails that get opened and clicks, including 4 pages, I kid you not, 4 pages of AI prompts to help you craft your email sequence. So, in my view, from what we've covered, DCA is perfect for you if you're just starting out. DCA is perfect for you if you're already deep into it. DCA is perfect for you if you don't know how to make an offer and you want to learn. DCA is perfect for you if you need help building your audience and getting established with your website and your pages. But then it's also perfect for you in that it's going to give you the complete webinar framework and all of these email sequences with the AI. And then this. So I have to tell you this first. When I went back to my day job after I launched that first time, I was a medical rep and I spent 6 hours a day driving around in my car all over Perth in Western Australia, seeing all the doctors. And in those 6 hours a day that I was driving in my car, I just listened to Q&A calls with Amy and some other people as well. There were other courses that I bought. But I spent 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, listening to Q&A calls. And that made all the difference because hearing someone else formulate a question that you didn't even know you had, and then hearing how those dots starts to connect for other people, that makes so many pennies drop. And that's going to really help you integrate all the lessons that you're learning. So there's one thing that happens in your brain when you're consuming content and you're learning a new thing and you're listening to Amy and you're reading the guides, but there's a whole nother dimension of learning that happens when you listen to Q&A calls. And if you can be on those calls, it's even better. But for some of you, like I lived in a different time zone, I did attend some of the calls live. That's how I got to know Amy. But I also listened to hours and hours and hours of pre-recorded content. And Amy's offering 11 weeks of live Q&A with her and her team inside the Digital Course Academy community for members only. It's the first time I've heard her do 11 weeks. I've seen 6 weeks and I've seen 8 weeks, but this time she's doing 11 weeks. That is such a value. And then, of course, you get lifetime access to all of the other bonuses as well, including the 11 weeks, including the how to turn your live launch into a profitable, uh, a profit generating evergreen funnel. That one's there too, including 3 scrappy strategies to sell your course without a webinar, and including how to use paid ads to fill up your webinars, which is brought to you courtesy of moi if you pay in full. Now, right now, for a very short period of time, there is also a physical digital course guidebook. This one's a fast action bonus. So by the time you hear this episode, I'm really crossing my fingers that it's not gone already. It's only available for the first 48 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours until the 19th of September at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's when this fast action bonus goes away. So you better jump in quick if you're thinking about it. But don't worry, there are more bonuses coming. I can't give it away yet. Can't give it away yet. There are more bonuses coming. But I want you to absolutely go and check out our bonus and Digital Course Academy by going to thelaunchlounge.com/DCA. You'll see everything I'm offering you over there, and you'll see everything Amy's offering you when you click on the link you'll find on thelaunchlounge.com/DCA page. So, who is DCA really right for? Imagine you want to learn any new skill and someone says to you, you can get everything you need in one place and you'll own the content for the rest of your life. Imagine you owned the content you studied at university or college for the rest of your life, and you could go back to that, and you had more time, and you didn't have to write exams. Imagine that. Imagine someone says you can get everything you need in one place, and you'll own the content with the upgrades for the rest of your life. So you can learn as fast or as slow as you want, and you never have to feel rushed or overwhelmed. How much do you think that would be worth to you? So who is this really right for? It's right for you if you feel deep in your heart that you have a skill you can share with other people who will pay you to learn that from you. And that's a feeling I had long before I even had a skill I could teach. I just knew this sounds like a business model that I need to embrace, and I need to learn, and I need to figure out how to do this. And so long before I even had the idea for the Facebook Live Superstar, which was my first course, I already started learning this. You don't need any qualifications. You just need lived experience. Or it can literally be as specific as, you could teach someone your life experience, like how to get out of debt, or how to get rock hard abs, or um how you navigated your divorce, or how you navigated your single life, or how you're navigating midlife. Like literally, lived experiences are valuable. Or it can be as specific as how to paint a cow with acrylic paint, or how to play the guitar, or how to run Facebook ads. Skills that require some expertise. You can rely on your expertise or on your lived experience. DCA is right for you if you're curious about what's possible for you when you have an online revenue stream from a course you create once and sell over and over again. And right now, the doors are open for Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy, and you can learn everything about the bonus we're offering and DCA at thelaunchlounge.com/DCA.